All right. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. We are moments away from starting round three of the Art Battle Southeast Regional Championship. We have
The
artists tonight
final.
from Florida and Georgia, and Morgan Booth is here, of course.
Hi, guys. Oh, man, it's going to be an awesome final event. This is so cool. We've been waiting a week with bated breath for our four finalists to reveal their final round painting. And the top artist tonight, as voted by you guys, because this is totally online, so we really, really need you guys to vote tonight. The top artist will move on to the Nationals, taking place on April 2nd in Wichita Falls, Texas. So high stakes tonight. And I'm here with Simon Plashkes, Art Battle co-founder.
Hi, that's me. Hello. Well, so what we have for you first is a recap. And Gina has told us that she can hear us now, which is great. We have for a recap from last week. So if everybody's ready, I mean, make sure you like and share and text your friends. Let them know. artbattle.com/vote. We are all here going to vote and pick the winners. The winner, the one single winner from tonight. But first, we're going to do that recap. So, Morgan, if you're ready, I'll flip it over.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. We're going over to boom, boom.
So round number one is going to be four incredible artists. Ooh, I love this wash technique happening already. This is
very cool.
Interesting to me because Jer, who is one of our winners from Atlanta tonight, usually is doing realist painting. So this is more abstract than I was expecting him to start with. But again, we're only 90 seconds in, so it really could go anywhere. Victoria Gomez Mayol. And so she's got a toned brown for her canvas already. And is working in a dry media now, doing a little bit of drawing.
Oh, I thought that might have been a sailboat, but no, it feels more mysterious, mystical, other land. The crystal castle in the distance. That's cool. I love Victoria Gomez Mayol's a piece over there. The line work is really it's so sharp, and it has a beautiful contrast with that initial background that she's put. This is a nice T-shirt here.
Muka action.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I like the little bluebells as well.
20 seconds remaining.
Oh, we got stripes from Victoria. Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Something. And in 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down.
All right, and let's do a little tour here. Oh, look at these. These are all fantastic pieces. Round 2.
Hey everybody, Bree Grant painting for Art Battle Southeast Regional Championships. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I've seen a lot of change.
All right, Donice here, starting us off 20 minutes. I love being in the studio here.
As they were
we got a little hand of that studio. I'll have to ask for it next time.
Oh man, I love
Katie Esser.
sneak peeking everybody's studio.
Yeah, take a look in the background there. Katie, a regular and a multi-event champion in Sarasota.
And Martin Karadzhov, who is our winner from Fort Lauderdale. And then
Great, and Brienne Grant already off to a huge start with this bluest loving background.
That's so funny. In my notes about her, I've got blue swirls are in my notes after looking at her work.
Amazing. Look at this. So we see Donice there working from a reference, which is always fun because you sort of know where it's going. I like what Katie's up to over here. Again, a great palette, the blue is sketching, and it feels very geometric, which is really neat. Look at this. What tool are we seeing here? Is this a marker or?
I think we're going Sharpie.
Sharp, but some sort of this is really something. Oh, this is so great. With that hair being expressed so, brushily.
Yeah, this explosion of energy.
There they are. From tonight, 4 of these artists will go on. So 2 from this round and 2 from the first round. So your votes from those, we're picking the top 2, and then we're going to invite those 4 for one more final round, which will effectively be the opening performance for the Art Battle San Francisco show, which is next Wednesday night.
I want to hang out with this girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not when she's angry.
Gloves are
though.
on. Not when she's exactly. The gloves. Please keep the gloves on if you're angry.
Yeah. Oh wow,
Really nice.
Unexpected.
Uh-huh.
I really thought that Martin was going to be sticking with just working on the background and subtle highlights, but now he's bringing in these other colors onto the figure, and I'm digging it. Our fish here. And there's lots of little subtle striations happening in that anemone, as well as in the fins of the fish, too.
50 seconds remaining or so. So what can we say here? Powerful round. Amazing round. Well, there you go. You have Joan, Victoria, Donice, and Martin.
And we'll be able to see them next week, next Wednesday. So tune in. And one of those 4 will be moving on to the U.S. National Championship in person April 2nd. And also that will be streaming online.
All right. Geez, Morgan, that's a bit of a time warp there. I feel a strong sense of deja vu, and now we know who we've got tonight.
Yeah, great refresher, and it just makes me ready for more. I can't wait to see our final artists. That's Victoria Mayol, Joan Schnuerch, and Donice Bloodworth, and Martin Karadzhov.
Well, only one of these artists tonight can move on to attend the live in-person event at the U.S. National Championships, which are going to be in only 2 weeks on April the 2nd in Wichita Falls in Texas. It's going to be a great show. Those folks over in Wichita Falls have been doing a fantastic job for many, many years now, and we're thrilled to be joining them and all of the art lovers in Wichita Falls for the U.S. Championships. And so now I think we're going to get right to it, and we are going to find out which of these artists here will join us. Now, we have just one round, one 30-minute round of live painting coming up. There are 4 artists, and we're going to get into it right now.
Make sure that you register to vote at artbattle.com/vote, because we're doing this all online tonight, so every vote really, really counts.
Okay, here we go. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this.
Right? Oh,
yep,
man.
The online Southeast Regional Championship, round 3.
30
all right,
minutes on the
we're
clock.
on the clock already. 30 minutes.
And we're here with Donice Bloodworth in Donice's
Donice
studio.
did such a great job last time. I cannot wait to see what he's got.
And we have Joan here. I love getting a peek into everybody's studios, too.
Yes. And these guys are now experienced with the, with the filming. These are really, really nicely laid out. And right off the bat from Victoria Gomez-Mayol, we see her patented sketching approach, and actually some sketches from all 3 of Martin, Joan, and Victoria coming in right off the bat with strong sketches.
Yeah, all very considered first moves. We're 1 minute in, folks, and these guys have, it looks like they're mapping out their whole game plan right now.
It's fantastic. Any of these artists would be at home on the national championship stage, so it's almost a shame we cannot take them all. But we're going to together have to pick just one artist who will join us there.
It's the nature of the competition, man. The best got to get to the best of the best of the best.
Exactly. Speaking of the best of the best of the best, we have Dragon 76, the current U.S. champion. He is on stage as the opening artist of the New York City finals tomorrow night, which will also be streamed. So you're welcome to tune in and see what the current U.S. champion has got. But enough about that. Here we have Donice, and I think he did well with it last time, and we're going to see another strong female portrait, I imagine, out of this.
Yeah, and only 2 minutes in now, and he's got the whole figure blocked in.
Unbelievable.
The speed.
Really good.
The speed. I wonder actually if Donice does life drawing, because that can lend itself well to drawing very, very quickly, doing gestural drawings. And Joan, 2 figures.
Oh, beautiful. I'm always so impressed by Joan's work in her timing. She meters out her work and her paint and everything so precisely to the timing, and I'm sure we will see nothing less than that tonight.
Yeah, the evolution from Joan and just the way that she decides which part of the piece she's going to approach next is always something that I really love. She's a great performance painter in that you're right there with her. And Martin, so I was really, really impressed with Martin's offering last week, and was really stunned by the technique usage. And it looks like he's doing something similar this week, starting with a Sharpie sketch.
I mean, it worked so well, and I'm glad he's mixed it up a bit. You know, we had you saw from the recap, a strong female boxer last time. I think he might be a bit of a sports fan. We're seeing obviously a football player come in here.
Oh, this wipe away technique from Victoria
Yes.
is awesome, because you can see that she's using, I'm pretty sure that that's charcoal. If not, it's some sort of like Conte. And I was a little bit worried about that bleeding into her paint, because charcoal can kind of dull down colors, but she's got this great technique of kind of taking it away a little bit. Either
it's
that
really
or
nice.
She's just correcting her sketch and I'm completely wrong.
No, I think you're right. I think it's a technique to sort of, you get the precision, because obviously you can't wipe away the line completely, but it's not completely overtaken by what I think you're right. It is probably charcoal.
I love the angularity of these lines.
Mm-hmm. And little baby. I think there's a little baby in there that's definitely got an awe factor.
Yeah.
Worth a few votes.
Yeah, all figurative in this round.
Well, the audience, you guys, you asked for it and you got it. A bunch of fantastic portrait artists here. It's easy to connect with. It really means something in each of our lives. We might have to have a totally separate Art Battle abstract edition if those abstract guys are ever going to make it to the top.
I'd be so into that. But also, I'm a figurative artist myself too, so there's no disappointment here for me getting to see all of these awesome figures. And so we have Joan and Victoria are both doing a 2-figure work. And oh man, look at the gorgeous warmth that Donice has going on with his figure right now. The warmth.
It's fantastic, and such a limited palette so far. Really using this still sort of in a sketching mode, even though obviously it's a paint and brush. But I really appreciate that limited palette, and no doubt we're going to see a couple of color pops though.
This beautiful.
Yeah, Joan,
wash.
the classic taking the background first and sort of setting the scene, and then allowing the figures to appear later, which I think is great. It's very cinematic, her approach here.
Absolutely. You're just always watching the different steps that she's taking and the little parts that she decides to evolve. And she often will jump from spot to spot, just honing things kind of all at once. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, that's the painting.
Exactly.
Wow. Really quick sketch from Martin here. Not even 7 minutes.
The shadow work is really what sets it apart. That's really nice.
Yeah, the compartmentalization of the shadows is leaning very graphic novel for me, and I'm into it.
Right, exactly.
This careful, considered sketch and just that little tiny shadow underneath the mother's chin.
Hmm. Oh, look at the little baby hand.
Oh, I was gonna say, so hands are really hard. We've got two hands. Painting babies is also extremely hard. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody realizes how hard it is to paint babies, but
Well, we're
it's
gonna
really
see.
hard.
It's a tough choice of subject for her. So it should be very interesting.
Yeah, it's hard not for a baby painting not to come out looking cartoony, but Victoria
Hmm.
has such a beautiful, considered, and subtle way of painting that I think that the baby's face is going to be using a lot of different, just more subtle tones. I think it's going to work out. And so excited about this hair on the figure from Donice. We're getting almost a companion painting, looks like palette wise, to his first round piece.
Yes, absolutely. And this energetic hair, we have it again. It's fantastic. It's that's a well practiced approach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it brings a lot of movement. And just getting some depth into what looks like foliage. Just setting the scene with Joan.
I really like this palette. It's not usually my favorite into this green yellow side of things,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really working here in this painting.
Yeah, I like the mutedness of the green. All right, and now we're into the painting portion with Martin. And once again, he's
Wow.
treating us to a little bit of chaos.
I appreciate well, I was going to say how different this approach is. I think it's going to be a different approach here, which is really interesting to see what he comes up with. Because as you may recall, if you saw the first one, heavy wash of sort of like a red, almost into a fuchsia, covering the sketch. And here it's much more of a classic, sketch than the background and then some highlights. So it'll be interesting to see how much, if any, of that original technique we get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing, at this point at least, a little bit more subtlety just in terms of the palette. And I want to see a little bit more chaos, honestly. That's something that I really loved from the Red Boxer piece. And yeah, give me more adventure, Martin.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of adventure, here it comes on Victoria Gomez Mayol's painting. Taking sort of at similar stages. Again, we're less than a third of the way through, which I think matches well for where she is in this painting.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really wonderful time management from Victoria. And once again, we're getting these kind of subtle tones from her. This green is very grayed out and looks like she's using it to establish her shadows. I love the line from this figure's shoulder going into the hip. And the sense of fullness in this figure is really beautiful.
Very nice choice. I'm really glad that we're able to invite the artists to use references these days. We get a lot more sort of, especially in the human forms, it gets a lot closer to true human beauty than if you're pulling it just from the mind. As much of an impressive feat that is as well, it's nice to see it here.
Yeah, that's a great point. It can tend to go a little bit more illustrative, I think, when you have no reference, but it's all up to the artist's own style. Oh, and the contrast
Love
of
this
the
red
red dress.
Yeah, fantastic. Red dress, red umbrella. Rainy day. Yeah, that makes sense. Very nice.
Yeah, I love this kind of calm, contemplative scene. You can almost smell the rain.
Exactly. The water, the like the subtle touches of the water here are They really work. I mean, we get like even the reflection, I think, is what you're seeing here. You can see those two or three vertical, reeds on the left side there. Right
Mm-hmm.
off the bat, she started to build those reflections, not as an afterthought. So that's also a very interesting approach.
Yeah, it gives you that sense of depth. And back with Martin here. And I'm wondering if this piece is going to be more true to life in terms of color.
Oh man, I'm not enough of a sports fan to know who this is. I mean, it's got to be Green Bay. Is that what that G on the side is there?
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments, tell us who
Yeah,
this
help
is.
us out.
Help us out here. We're art fans, not sports fans. I'm sure you can tell us.
Although I do
Looks
like
good
to
though.
think
I
of
like
art
that
battle as
mustache.
art sports.
Well, art battle is art sports. I mean, the sports portion of my brain is fully occupied by art battle. So,
That's true. Great shadow work with this helmet, the face and the helmet here.
yeah, the evolution of the colors. I mean, you saw there's kind of that lighter skin tone, but then the shadow color coming in, very, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and speaking of colors, this purple
Hmm.
is so beautiful.
Really lovely. I like this as an art battle performance piece because we knew where it was going right off the bat with the sketch, but we're really seeing sort of a continuous improvement of the resolution. And I think we're probably going to see, like one of the tricks that she used in the last one was doing the stripes and sort of dressing the figure right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? But I bet you would probably see that same thing here.
The shadow in the collarbone is so beautiful and is providing this like just gorgeous contrast here. And I love that within all of the different elements of skin tone on this figure, you can see some brushwork, and I really like
Hmm.
that. I'm an artist that
Hmm.
does a lot of blending, and so I'm always admiring of artists that have the ability to intuitively know when to leave brushwork looking like brushwork, that kind of painterly element.
Yes. Speaking of painterly, this is a very painterly piece here. Um, I don't know. There's something magical about the placement of these two figures, the on the canvas, just off center. Even the woman is just off center, and the shape is sort of, it's not true photographically true, but it's sort of emotionally true. The
Mm-hmm.
shape of these two figures, the way you sort of feel their curving and embracing into each other.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying that.
yeah, me too. You're getting a sense of nostalgia for a place that you've never been.
Right, exactly. Wow, this is getting more and more realistic. Really amazing. Each time we come back and visit this piece, there's just like we're talking about resolution and increasing the detail. It just keeps going further and further. A really impressive work here from Martin.
Mm-hmm. And going back in with the marker as well to crisp out those lines that were overtaken a little bit by putting in this gray background over top of everything. That's a really smart move.
Hmm. And I like the drips. He's blocked them mostly where he's standing there, but I like how we got some bit of a wet paint situation on the left where the energy where the ball is.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. So crisp.
So crisp. Really impressive. Only 16 minutes have gone. Oh, Karen tells us Karen and Lindsay both tell us it's Aaron Rodgers.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
Oh, look at the rosy cheek that's coming onto our little bebe.
oh, beautiful, beautiful color for a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
really
gonna be
great.
so sweet.
I think she did it. You were talking about how hard babies are to do, but it really, I think she's really captured it.
Yeah, babies are
There's
so
something about the size
soft.
of the super tiny features of the eye and the nose and the mouth, but,
Hmm.
and the relatively large sort of cheek area, but somehow that is been the secret here, and it's really come across.
Yeah, you're getting a sense of fullness. You're getting those the roundness in the baby's cheek.
Hmm.
And speaking of fullness and roundness,
Speaking of fullness and baby and cheeks, I want to know
this
if
figure's so
Donis
beautiful.
is gonna if we're gonna see a face on here. He's got a face on the reference. We know from a lot of his work that he does not, he does not finally include the details of the face. Obviously, there is a face, but I bet you not. But it would be really interesting. Still a good chunk of time, 22 minutes and change. So it's very possible.
Yeah, and you can even see in Donis's studio the piece that he's immediately in front of right now, that it isn't his live
Right.
piece. There's no
On,
face on that
yeah,
figure.
exactly.
And then
The,
in the giant portrait in the background, that's all, giving you all face. So we really don't know where he's going to go with this. And I think
he's
that
certainly
that's,
capable of it. It's an artistic choice to, it has meaning to not include the face.
yeah,
So
definitely an
very
artistic
interesting to see.
choice. Um,
Hmm.
and I think it's a really good battle strategy to kind of keep us guessing because it maintains a level of engagement with the painting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it probably opens up a few options too.
Hmm.
If he gets where he wants to go with it, he say, oh, well, I've got a few minutes. I'm gonna take this all the way. But still, everything about this is fantastic. I love, we got the hair energy from last time, and really great.
Can you imagine if we had to do 3 paintings at once?
We have a few artists. We have a few artists who are doing that. I love the two-handed artists. You come in and you do the background on one and the foreground on another at the same time, and then you switch. Woo! Not a lot of artists can do that, but that's okay. That's not what we're asking.
And Joan is just so carefully um, kind of enveloping the scene around the figures. And again, this is something that I love from her. You'd see her kind of jumping to different points of the painting and knitting it all together as she goes.
Hmm.
Oh, I see those drips now coming
Yeah, right.
off of the football. I know it's a football.
Aaron Rodgers, quarterback of Green Bay,
I know.
my new favorite baseball player. I mean, football.
So good, so
Oh
good.
no, I'm in trouble. Bob, don't tell anyone in Texas I said that.
The level of detail in this is just incredible. And again, uh, Martin is using this kind of compartmentalization technique for the shadows, which we saw in the drawing, which was much more. Well, it was only black and white, so it was leaning very graphic novel because the shadows were super clear and contrasted. But
Yes,
now we see that Martin is bringing that same approach into a painterly technique.
really great.
Look at the beautiful little subtle tones that are playing in Mom's hair over here.
Mm-hmm. A little color field dancing in the wind almost.
Yeah, and the cerulean just creating that contrast on the neck there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she loves to play with her shadows because a lot of times the shadow is kind of it's necessary because it brings out the rest of the painting,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be a little bit dull. And so Victoria Gomez Mayol's approach to sort of give a more dynamism and excitement in the shadows really pays off, and I love that in her pieces.
Yeah, me too. And I think just the tonal quality that she's able to
Mhm.
achieve. Like she often is working with different colors that have the same tone in the same areas, And so it really creates a harmony. It's not too much. The colors aren't really competing with each other because they're the same tone.
Man, these are all such great works.
Ooh, I love seeing Donice chipping in that turquoise background. Oh my gosh, it's just setting off the beautiful golden
purple.
sienna hues in the skin tone.
Really fantastic figure.
And the sense of movement that you get too, you really are understanding that this figure is leaning forward. There's a good sense of balance and weight there.
All right, if you have not registered to vote, we're going to do the winner announcement really quick on this one as soon as it's clear. So make sure you get in there, artbattle.com/vote. I think most of you are registered. We see a lot of people in registered as voters, but if you're not, if you're just tuning in, please pop over there. We'll send you a quick text message, and that's how we ensure that we get one person per vote, and you are all invited to vote. Voting is open.
And these pieces are also available for auction. Is that correct, Simon?
Absolutely, yeah.
Ooh.
We will work with the artist to ship them directly from the artist studios. The auction pricing is super reasonable, especially for this unbelievable caliber. These artists would never part with them for the levels that we're starting these auctions at for any other reason. And honestly, they probably should be higher than they are. So check it out. Right after you vote, you can click auction in the voting screen, and you can click over, and we will ship them to you, $50 flat rate, national shipping.
Oh, that's awesome. Shipping is so expensive.
It's a great deal.
But anyway, Joan is just creating so much depth here. We really had a lot of washiness to begin with in the background that was kind of setting the scene, and now we're really getting a sense of depth and that the characters are walking into an environment. Just such a gorgeous job from Joan. And back with Martin now. Oh, and we're getting a little bit of that chaos that I wanted so badly. We can see that Martin he was just working with a knife to create some texture in the background, and it also looks like he's slapped some black paint on there to create a sense of movement and a little bit of that chaotic energy. Oh, and now we're starting to get into a little bit of the crazy colors, I think. This is what I was...
And he's messed up the top shoulder of this painting of the character as well, and it's very, very effective. It's sort of blending it with the background and giving this sense of motion and, you know, mud in the air. Very cool.
Yeah, kind of scraping almost. And even just that action is creating a sense of movement. Okay. Okay. So...
Wow. This is getting more and more realistic by each time we come back. That is some really impressive work.
And if you think about in movies and photographs and some of the best art pieces that you see, oftentimes you'll have light shining through an ear, and that ear will be really red or pink. And I love that attention to detail here. It just really brings it into a very life. It's just infusing it with so much life. Like
I think this might be a self-portrait.
She does know what Victoria's Bebe's name is.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. The baby's a little older now, so it's an older photo if that's the case, but really beautiful.
Oh, and what a wonderful thing to do in this instance, you know, in your championship qualifying.
Yeah, it's really really adorable.
And it's just awesome too. And
It is the
And I
strength of character and you know and belief in oneself and to express that sensitive moment through art is that's really special.
absolutely. We usually don't see that level of vulnerability, but I was just catching
Uh-huh.
Donice adding that turquoise into the hair and giving us back some of those curls. And Joan's painterly approach, just adding a little bit of yellow here, really emphasizing, I think, that this is a fall scene.
Hmm.
Lovely autumn walk.
I didn't even know they had fall in Florida.
Well, first I could smell the rain. Now I can smell the leaves. This is a sensory experience.
This is a very sensory painting. Very nice. Thank you, Joan.
I love the reflections coming off of the legs there. Ooh, cool. I gotta say,
Wow.
for Martin, I'm really impressed with the placement of these kind of crazy colors. That turquoise contrasting against the canary yellow is just wonderful. And it's just imbuing this piece with so much movement and life.
Which is very tough to do. There's a lot of elements coming together here that sort of express the intensity of the physicality of this piece. Really, really nice.
And we have 90 seconds on the clock. This is a tough one. This is a really, really good round. Ooh, I love the spatter in the face of Donice's figure.
Yeah, that's clever. I mean, here we are. It's obvious now that we're not gonna see the normal elements of a face in there, but that gives us something to focus on, and it gives us that sort of the precision that comes with spatter, and it feels really nice in this piece.
And I also love that we can see his other studio work. And so you're really understanding how close it is to what he does in that studio work. It's very well realized for a 30-minute painting.
Fantastic. I love this painting. It's
It's a great composition too. We're getting that kind
yeah,
of
it
diagonal
is.
eye line.
Really great. All of these are so fantastic, and they're so different. It's very often that we have, we kind of have to pick between a couple of similar paintings and which one was executed. Obviously, they are all portraits of a form, Joan's being the outlier there, but they're all very different paintings. So it really comes down to, oh, there we are. The round is over, and we're going to get a little tour here.
Wow. All of these pieces just
Wow.
have their own energy going on. And it's up to you guys to choose your favorite energy at artbattle.com/vote. And
The baby's face on this looks real. It's
yeah,
like the baby is real, and the mom figure, I'm guessing, is a more painted. It's really incredible. The little nose and lips and eyes of that baby, as we were talking about how hard it is to do, and she really came through on that.
oh, totally, totally. And I, again, just the different levels of render throughout the painting is what makes it really interesting.
Right.
Also, like the hand being just very vaguely gestural is
That's
really wonderful.
And the action in the bottom left, it's almost nothing there. Very, very creative approach. Fantastic. Let's see. Wow. I mean, this is a fantastic painting, and to be having been created in only 30 minutes,
Yeah,
incredible.
incredible movement. You're really, and also fabric rendering. Painting fabric can be a challenge because you're contending with directionality, you're contending with different levels of shadow, and then throw in a couple of, throw in a logo and a number, and like it's a very
Yeah.
complicated garment. The figure is really well executed in the face and the hands and the forearms as well, but the level of detail required of these very recognizable garments has been successfully executed for sure from Martin.
I like that he signed it as well. If anybody's looking to take this home in the auction, you'll get a signed painting from Martin there. Well, this is a super powerful piece, and it's been, really nearly perfectly executed. Whatever you might say about whether you would prefer a couple of eyes and a nose and a mouth there, there's no denying the power of this piece.
Yeah.
I love the hair. The
Oh.
shadows that are present in the hair are, I think the hair, I don't, it's too hard to pull it up to compare it directly with last week, but I think there's an evolution here in the hair. This has a lot more colors in it, and the way that, certain parts of it are lit versus others, it gives huge depth to this piece.
Yeah, there's a glow. There's a
Hmm.
real, there's a glow not only from the confidence of the figure, but also just really, this skin is so reflective.
Hmm. Okay, and who doesn't love a nude? I'll have to see what the audience thinks about that.
Yeah, very, very well done as well.
And we're finally here on Joan's piece. I mean, this is a beautiful painting. It's a painter's painting. I love every aspect of it. Truly,
Hmm.
you really feel it. You really feel the rain and the fall, just as you were talking about, Morgan. What do you
Yeah,
think
and
of the
then
colors?
I think I love the subtlety of the colors and how warm they are. Like even in the blues, you're getting a sense of warmth.
What's interesting though is the two figures almost have nothing in common color-wise with the background. Usually you'd be tempted to put a couple of pops here or there, but these figures really are sort of operating independently from the landscape, which is, I mean, that's the way it is. It's very real. As much as the fashionistas in us might want to try to match our outfits to the day as we're walking through it, it's not really what happens. And I like that. It makes these figures pop out and not sort of feel too much a part of the background.
Yeah, you're really getting that contrast between natural and the man-made aspects of the humans.
All right. Well, I think we are ready to go and check the votes. So there we go. There's the Art Battle logo. Um, Gina is talking to us now. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Well, according to Gina, we have a very clear winner. And we're going to announce that right now. Morgan is just coming back. I don't want to do it without her. She's had to. Morgan, are we here?
Yep.
I didn't want to announce the winner without you, but we're ready to
Oh,
go.
oh, we're ready to
We're
go.
ready to go. We're ready to
Ah!
go. We're going to do it right now. No, no waiting. Usually at the live events, as you see later today, if you stick around for some hours, we have to wait for the audience to get in, and they're not quite as quick as you folks are on the internet here.
I'm
But
getting that
we are
instant
very
payoff.
happy to announce that the winner, who will be coming to Wichita Falls for the U.S. National Championships, is Donice Bloodworth.
Ooh, well
There he
deserved.
is. Yeah, there it is. Donis is
Congratulations,
joining us.
Donis.
Donis, congratulations. You've done incredible work, and it's absolutely resonated with us here on the commentary team, and obviously with the folks watching from home. We have quite a large number of votes in, not only from people who were at the shows, at these live shows that we invited in, but people that the artists invited, and we also invited a few thousand artists across our network to come in. So this is also in many ways an artist's choice. We can see that a lot of those artists did come in, and so this is our winner, and we are very, very thrilled to have him. Donice, congratulations, and thank you so much.
I cannot wait to see Donice painting in the national championship coming up so soon on April 2nd.
It's going to be quite the show. You don't want to miss it. If you can't be there in person, come join us. If you can't be there in person, absolutely join us here online. We will be doing exactly the same thing as we are now. There it is, artbattle.com, National Championships. You can go get your tickets. We would be thrilled for you to join us. And thanks very much. And let us know in the comments what you thought and what you'd like to see from future art battles online. And also, if you'd like to bring Art Battle to a community, we make it really easy to do. We're happy to work with communities of any size to see fantastic live competitive painting events and to have them all tied in to the national tournament. That's it, folks. We're going to head over to the comments, maybe say a few things. But again, thank you so much. And don't miss coming up next in only, what do we got in here? In about an hour and a half, we've got the